In this video, I'm going to walk through an example of using the focus board to plan online lessons. And so here we're going to start with the focus board. We have the standard format of what will the learner be able to do, why does it matter, how will the learner demonstrate this ability, the evidence of learning, if you will, and then what the knowledge or skills the learner will need to perform that task. And so we're going to use this focus board and actually walk through an example here that applies this focus board to a sample lesson, if you will. So we're going to take the example of launching a communication campaign. So if we're going to train people to be able to launch a communication campaign, we want to first start with what the learner will be able to do. And in this case, we want them to be able to manage a member communication campaign, let's say for an association. Okay, so we'll note that in that first box. Now, if you're doing this digitally, you can type it in. If you're doing it on pen and paper, you can just write it in that first box there. So once we've done that, then we want to go to the next question of why it matters. Here we're going to help say keep members focused and engaged. So a communication campaign is a way that we're going to keep association members informed and engaged about the things that are going on within that association. And so we'll note that in there. In some cases, you may want to note multiple sort of why does it matter phrases in there, because it can be very helpful in terms of determining the motivational aspects of a lesson and things that we might want to include later on. So the third component that we want to add is how will the learner demonstrate this ability? And in this case, we want them to implement a communication campaign for an association initiative. So it may be an initiative that their association or organization is working on, and we want them to be able to implement that campaign in real life. Maybe a short one or small one, but it's still we want them to actually go through the process of implementing it. Then the fourth component, what knowledge or skills will the learner need to perform the task? We're going to include a list of things that we know is going to be needed to be included in that lesson. So for example, what is a communication campaign? That people may not know what that is. We want to define it. Why is it important? How can a communication campaign help your association? Maybe there's a section in there where we have steps to creating a communication campaign, the kind of actual lesson of it. We want to provide opportunities for practicing writing communication goals and strategies. Maybe to create a communication campaign plan is the actual component there. And then finally, the feedback from instructors and examples that are there are some key areas that we want to be able to focus on. So using this focus board allows us to organize these components out and be able to integrate those together within a plan for our online lesson. We may also include a section for notes here where maybe we say it's going to be a new member benefit, and we make sure it has convenient access when we actually go about designing it. So this focus board again allows us to pull all these ideas together and structure it in a way that can be a very successful organizational tool for our online lesson and online teaching experiences.